Hello, everybody. This is Luxuriously by Lay. I'm Lay, and today I'm joined by Chelsea. This is my friend. She has beautiful long hair, as you can see. And today I'm going to be teaching y'all how to do a French braid. Really, two French braids. It's my favorite style to do because it's so quick and easy, and it works for every hair texture. So, can you hold this? We already brushed out her hair, as you can see, and parted it all the way to the back. And the way to start the French braid is to start at the root. You're braiding from the scalp. Turn your head like this. No, towards me. Tilt your head towards me, like that. Perfect. So you want to start from the scalp. You're going to take a section and have your fingers facing upwards because you're overhand braiding. You're going to take 3 sections and put your pointer finger under the middle section and bring it over. You're gonna do the same thing as if you were just braiding a regular braid, grabbing the strand that's under and putting your pointer finger under the middle one. And as you're going, you're gonna grab hair. This is what makes it a cornrow because it's flat to the scalp and not just a regular braid. When you continue that process, you see the braid starting to form. Okay. So I have some questions for Chelsea. As you can see, she has super long hair, but even though her hair is straight, what hair texture do you have, Chelsea?
I naturally have really curly hair. It's like 3B or 3C, but I usually keep it straightened.
Okay. And what's your routine for your curly hair?
For my curly hair, I don't have like much of a routine because I like to try a lot of different things, but I feel like I'm always like experimenting and figuring it out.
Okay. Do you have a favorite product or brand that you've used trying different things?
I really like Camille Rose.
Oh, I like that one too. Okay. So speaking of hair care brands, have you heard of Shea Moisture?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's been a lot of controversy with Shea Moisture recently because it's come out that their products just aren't as good for your hair as you would think it is. And a lot of hair products are actually carcinogens, such as sulfur 8. Now, sulfur 8 is a hair grease, and that's not good for your hair. Although it does grow your hair, it gets into your body because what you put onto your body, your face, anything is going into your cells. And it's super bad for your hair and your body, even though it like promotes growth, but it also gives into your dryness. And I know a lot of curly hair girls use that. So if you're ever shopping for curly hair products, don't get sulfur-free.
Okay.
But as you can see, I'm just grabbing pieces and braiding as I usually would and just going down and collecting hair. When you get to the back of the French braid, and Chelsea, you can turn a little bit. When you get to the back of the French braid, it can get a little bit loose. You want to grab from under and use this strand instead to collect that hair so that it's smooth just as the front is, because you don't want it to look too messy. Grab that one on the left, use it to grab the hair from the back, and continue braiding down. And we didn't use any products in her hair today. This is just my hands, a brush, and her hair, which means if I can do it, you can do it too. French braiding did not take me long to learn at all. So, and then you continue braiding a regular braid down. And it's so pretty. I love this color. Okay, so I know that we're young now, but in the future, if you were to have a daughter, what age would you let her straighten her hair?
If I had a daughter, I would let her straighten it probably at any age because I just want her to do like what makes her feel happy and what makes her feel like the most confident.
Do you feel like when you were younger that that was something that you wanted to do to have more freedom with your hair, or were you always granted that freedom?
Yeah, I was always granted that freedom, and I feel like it didn't do any harm.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, it just makes you more confident. Like,
Yeah.
hair, makeup, it's all part of self-expression. And I find it that, like, when kids know that it's just self-expression and not because they want to hide an insecurity, it becomes a lot more wholesome because people use things to cover up insecurities all the time. But when it comes from a place of self-expression and wanting to express yourself the way you want to and present to the world the way you want to, it can be really sweet, and I love seeing kids do that. So as you can see, this side of her hair is braided so nice and pretty, and we're gonna do the other side now. Same process, but I'll go a little bit slower. Section out the piece right in front of the part, put your hands on top, go under and grab, then put your pointer finger under and go over the right piece. As you're going, grab the existing hair that's not being braided so it can be flat to the scalp, and do the same all the way down. There's two types of braids. There's French braids and then there's Dutch braids. Dutch braids, I know how to do them, but they're just not really as popular as French braids are, or they're not as demanded when I do hair, because I do hair as a business. Book me. Also Luxuriously by Lay. But a lot of girls like French braids, and I always tell my clients, I'm like, I could always just teach you how to do this. And I teach them, and then they're like, okay, I'm never booking this again, because it's such an easy style to do. And it's also a protective style because you're not putting any heat on your hair to do this style unless you have really thick, curly hair. Okay. Now, I know you can't see Chelsea's curls, but they're beautiful, like gorgeous. Does your sister have curly hair too?
Yeah, but not like super curly. Like
Not as tight curls as you?
Yeah, they're a lot looser.
And where are y'all from?
We're half Dominican and half Cuban.
Oh, beautiful. And your mom and dad have curly hair, or is it like wavy, curly?
Yeah, my mom does.
Okay. And turn a little bit. And as you can see, the braid is coming out so nice. All you're doing is grabbing a piece from the existing hair and braiding it into the cornrow that we started. Once you get the basics of the first part of when we started braiding down, it's going to be a lot easier to just continue the braid, because all you're doing is grabbing the existing hair, putting it into the braid, and making sure it's sleek by having a good firm grip on the hair. And like I said last time, when you get to the back, use the piece on the left to secure the rest of the hair so that it goes into the braid smoothly. I'm gonna go in from the back, grab that piece. You can turn a little so you can see, making it nice and smooth. And as you get to the nape of the neck, make sure not to pull too tight, because that's how you can get tension alopecia, and that goes for the front and the back of the hair. The hair at the back and the front of the hair is usually more thin, like we call our edges. You also have that kind of hair right here at the back, and you don't want to necessarily grip that too tight, especially when you don't have any product in the hair to make it more sleek. So I'm braiding down, and we're almost finished. And you can turn back forward. And braid down. You can usually secure this with a rubber band, but I do recommend, if you are to secure it with the rubber band, put oil on the rubber band so it can be more sleek and not pull out your hair. That is one of my favorite tricks, because especially with naturally curly hair, it can snag your hair a lot, and that is no good. And we are almost done. Today I'm not doing that. I'm braiding it all the way to the end because Chelsea has pretty long hair and it will hold. And here you go. This was our French braid tutorial. Thank you so much for Chelsea for joining me, and thank you so much for watching Luxuriously by Lay. See you next time.